When you choose a portfolio format, there's a couple things that you want to bear in mind. First, time. How much time do you have to actually create your portfolio? If it's a matter of a couple of days or weeks, then you might want to choose something that's a little bit more complex or has a little bit more functionality. If you don't have a lot of time, sometimes the best thing to do is to put together something quickly, and that's where something like PowerPoint or Keynote can be really effective. Next, you want to think about the role or the opportunity that you're pursuing. So if you are applying to more broad UX design roles, then you can use a full portfolio. So you don't have to choose or curate the case studies that you have to use for this. So you can use a full website. You can put all of your case studies there. But if you find that you are sort of custom tailoring your applications and your portfolio quite a bit for the roles that you're applying to, so say you have some applications that are research roles, some of them are design roles, then it might be a good idea to use a PDF. That way you can pick and choose which case studies you put into it, and you can send that PDF version to the employer so it matches what you're applying to. So you can be a little bit more customized. The next thing you want to think about is privacy. So with PDF portfolios, the most that you can do is a password protect. If you have, say, Adobe Acrobat, and you can set passwords, or you can even do that in Keynote and PowerPoint, where you can say this is a password protected document. With web-based portfolios, they usually allow you to choose which case studies you want to protect, and some of them that can be publicly available. And this is all dependent on what NDAs you have or what privacy concerns that your clients or past projects have had. So it's a little bit different on how you manage it and how easy or difficult it is to manage your privacy for this. But again, that will be a part of your selection criteria. The next thing you want to consider in choosing a format is whether or not you feel that you're comfortable with different web or design-based tools. So what I mean by this is if you feel that you're very comfortable with using a, say, Squarespace, or you're very comfortable with using WordPress, you might want to choose a web-based tool. If you feel that you don't really have a lot of comfort with design-based tools for the web, that might be something where you're saying, okay, maybe I need to use Keynote or PowerPoint because it's easier. I can just drag and drop things in and they can look a certain way. If you're really proficient, you've worked with design before, you've worked with websites before, then maybe that's an opportunity for a custom build site. So you can hand code your own work, you can do all of your own visuals and graphics, and that would be really a great opportunity for you to choose web. The next thing you want to consider is the number of case studies. So typically, most portfolios look at 4 to 6 projects, sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on the range of your work and also how long you've been in practice as a designer. But if you find yourself having maybe just 1 or 2 projects, you can still put them in a website, but sometimes they present much more nicer in a PowerPoint or a Keynote deck. If you have a lot of case studies, meaning you have more than 6, it can be kind of cumbersome to put them into a PDF because that file will be quite large, in which case you would want to choose a web-based portfolio. The last thing you want to look at is how often you update it. So what I found personally is that it's very easy to update PDF-based portfolios, especially if you're someone who has a lot of projects, you're a freelancer, or work just moves very quickly where you are. In that case, it's easy to use a PDF. You can do it on the fly. It's very fast. If you find yourself being a little bit more methodical, meaning you are updating your portfolio maybe once or twice every year, then sometimes web is great because you can set it and come back to it and update it on your own time. So again, speed of update as well as frequency update has a big part in how you choose your format.